We introduced Survey because we realized that there was no place in the fair for a gallery that had a great project or a great estate, let's say, that was eliminated from contention because it was historical. So we created a sector in which historical projects are emphasized. And what that allows us to do is to work with galleries who might not otherwise be in the fair because they have this one great project. And some of them will come back next year, and some of them may never come back, and some of them may graduate to the gallery sector. We know this from the feature sector in Basel. But what's great about it is that every year we have another group of projects that we know exactly the quality of beforehand.
We're showing the works of Henry Darger and Marcel Storr. Henry Darger is indisputably the most renowned outsider artist. He was a Chicago janitor who died in 1973, and his life's work was only discovered by his landlord posthumously. Well, Darger wrote a story called In the Realms of the Unreal, and it was this tale of the Vivian sisters, 7 girls who were fighting this apocalyptic war against a race of child enslaving adult men who were called the Glandolinians, and this all takes place on a fictitious planet. Marcel Storr died in 1976. He was a street sweeper in Paris on the Bois de Boulogne, and he only left us 63 works. I think people really are impressed, and they sort of get that they're looking at something different without necessarily knowing how it's different.
We're included in the survey section this year because we were able to show about 20 photographs and about a dozen oil paintings by an artist named Ralston Crawford, who was a leading modernist artist but lived all the way to the late 1970s and is sort of part of the connective tissue between modernism and pop art. The response to the works we brought to survey has been pretty fantastic. We've sold quite a few things, but more importantly, we've had a lot of dialogues with clients and potential clients who are trying to learn a little bit more about the movement that Crawford was involved in and how he connects with everything else that's been made more recently. And it's really been a lot of fun.
I brought to Miami Niki de Saint-Phal, and more specifically, a very short period of work called The Shooting Pieces, and the assemblage made between 1961 and 1963. People here know from Niki de Saint-Phal more the nanas, outside sculptures, but not what has been really the introduction to an international career. At this time, very close to Rauschenberg, Jasper Jones. It was really a period of fantastic creation where Europe and America were highly connected, so it made sense to bring this kind of work in America to remind to the audience of this art fair the historical importance of this kind of work and how they do work with American avant-garde of the 60s.